right, my Capricorn friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing your monthly horoscope for October of 2020. We got an awesome month ahead of us. So much manifestation energy going on. Our ruling planet Saturn is going to start to create that sextile to Neptune again, home in its own planet of Pisces, or home sign of Pisces, as well, picking up an additional sextile Neptune to Uranus, Uranus to Saturn, this little trifecta of sextiles of fate and destined energy, transforming and changing our lives and allowing us to manifest the life of our dreams, as long as we're doing the shadow work. Okay, this is all about the shadow work this month. It's all about taking a rest, not forcing our ego, forcing our perspective, forcing our minds. We're going to have Mars retrograde. Mars is retrograde. We're going to have Mercury retrograde on the 13th. This is positive, very positive aspects, okay? Everything about this is positive, and this is about a part of our transformational process, about viewing things in a positive light and no longer seeing things in a negative light before the opportunity for them to blossom is. You know, it's just like, oh, that flower is never going to grow. That flower is never going to blossom. And then it's like, well, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. Okay, so when we're putting a preconceived notion of something bad happening before it does, it is a waste of our time. And we're Capricorns, and we're not about wasting our time. All right, so let's get into this chart. So much positivity is coming up. First, though, when I was meditating about the chart, when I was meditating about the month ahead, a little message came into me. It's kind of funny, and I feel like Kapacha. I've actually worked with and met Kapacha one time about 3 years ago. Really cool guy, but this meditation came, this message came in kind of loud, and I was like, I'm gonna go with it, man. You know, be vulnerable, be open. And it is, nothing is happening fast, yet nothing is happening slow. All is perfect as long as I stay in my lane and surrender to the flow. Okay. This change that's coming up this month is personal. It's personal. It's for you. It's for me. It's for us. But it's not about us affecting our change on somebody else. We don't change the world. We don't heal the world. We heal ourselves. And by our actions and by us just being that change, it naturally will happen. That's part of the infectious, the yawn that carries through. And a positive act of kindness is another positive act of kindness. The kid who is bullied that chooses not to bully anymore has changed the lives of other people. You know what I mean? By not bullying, but not having to also say, don't bully everybody, and I'm going to stand up on my pedestal with my soapbox and megaphone. So it's very personal. All right, and as long as we're sitting with self, Mars retrograde, nothing's happening fast. But again, nothing's happening slow. It's all in order. Okay, we must surrender to this flow of this shadow work that is absolutely necessary for us to achieve and align with where we are, who we are, and where we're wanting to go and manifest this life that we have. Okay. Really, really powerful. So let's get into it. We got a full moon happening here in about, I don't know, what is it, 4:30? I think it's going to happen in about 40 minutes from right now. Okay, so hopefully this will be up in time, but maybe not. There's a lot to talk about. Okay, so we've got the sun in Libra here in the 10th house. This is about career and public image. You are shining your light, bringing balance to the career, bringing balance to the public image. Your public image, you're a hardworking Capricorn, and people are seeing the work that you're doing, and it's being recognized. Okay, you're showing up, you got your mask on, you got whatever, either way, you're allowing this to come into your life. You're playing your part and shining your light here, and people see what you're doing, and you are a positive influence on everyone around you. But you don't have to try to be. You just naturally are. Okay, this is like the forest and the tree. It's just like we might not, we might not be going to the forest to see a specific tree. We might just be going to forest to take a walk in nature, but all of a sudden we see this one tree that this is the tree for us to sit and read that book under. This is the tree for us to sit and enjoy that shade or enjoy this rest, And by just this being a part of the forest, this tree can be recognized as its own unique thing, okay? And it's bringing value to that. So it's not like this one tree is just like, hey, everybody, come and see this one tree in the middle of the woods. It's just like you're just simply playing your part. and in doing your thing, and that's bringing a lot of positive energy and light into how people are viewing you. Okay, so this full moon here is actually going to be in your 4th house of home and family, conjunct Chiron. So if there's any hiccups going on about balancing of work and family life, we understand that we have to work in order to maintain the house bills, the payments, and all of these things, keep electricity flowing. There's a good sense of healing going on today with this full moon. Okay. And depending on where your sun is or where your rising is, this could potentially be squaring. Okay. I'm an 8-degree Capricorn. So this is an absolute square to me in work and, home and family life. Here we are. So, know your chart and how this is affecting you. But there's no planets that are being, squared here with this particular full moon itself. Okay. So there's a lot of healing going on here. Into the home, family, into our connection with nature, okay, and balancing our relationships here. Okay, this is all about balancing our relationships. And here with this Mars retrograde, we can lie the ego to rest. With Mercury here in the sign of Scorpio in the 11th house, this is about our communication with whatever is going on with the home and family life, okay, and allowing this deep, vulnerable communication to take place to allow whatever to manifest that needs to manifest, okay? On the 2nd now, Venus is leaving the 8th house and jumping into the 9th house. Jump, whee! Okay? Easily gliding in, we'll say. Okay, so Venus is coming into the 9th house, which is about travel, which is about information, which is about higher knowledge, higher communication. So this is about bringing value and studying. Okay, so this is maybe going back to school or taking a course. Something's coming up here. Venus will be in the sign of Virgo from the 2nd until the 27th, where it enters the 10th house. Okay. We'll talk about that more shortly. On the 8th is when the magic happens. All right. The full moon is already awesome. Venus entering the 9th house is awesome. But the 8th is when Saturn begins to septile Neptune again for the 3rd and final time. Saturn being home in Capricorn, Neptune being home in Pisces. Okay. This is a recipe for manifestation of our dreams, bringing our dreams manifesting into the physical world. Okay. And further, we have Saturn septile to Uranus, Uranus septile to Neptune. Now that connection will happen till the 23rd of the month. Okay. The Neptune-Saturn connection will happen to the 23rd of November. All right. This is huge. Okay. So the seeds that are planted this month are going to blossom come November. And by December, a lot of this Capricorn, Jupiter, and Saturn will be gone. We'll enter the 2nd house here of Aquarius. All right. So Saturn here in the 1st, this is about you. This is about self. This is about ego. This is about you moving forward in the world, bringing abundance into your life, about you transforming your life with this shadow work energy that's coming up here, bringing balance into your life, balance. Okay. And you manifesting the life of your dreams. Okay. And how we're doing that is with new information coming into us. New information coming into us is creating a new personality out of us. Okay, the way that we express and shine our light and express ourselves to the world. And further, that septile back here to Saturn. Okay, so our own creative self-expression, our ego sense of self, and our wisdom. Okay, I have, my thoughts, my home, my will. Okay? So my will, my thoughts, and I am, me, are all coming into a divine alignment here. The universe has got our backs. Again, nothing happens for you. Nothing happens to you. Things happen for you. Okay? So this is you manifesting the life of your dreams. This is you not being afraid to be the bright, shining, beautiful, fun mountain goat that you are. You know, a mountain goat is a very playful energy. However, there's a lot, because it is ruled by the 10th house and public image. We want to be taken seriously, okay? So there's a very fun and playful energy as well as a seriousness. And with Uranus breaking up the 5th house of creative self-expression, this is a time for you to shine. This is a time for you to be playful, a time for you to be joyful, a time for you to step it up and to truly, truly, truly manifest the life that you're trying to create. There's nothing stopping you with this energy, and the universe is saying, I got you. Let me carry you through this process. Let me help transform you through this process, as Pluto is there in your first house as well. Let me bring more abundance to you and who you are in this process, okay, with Jupiter being there. All right, this is powerful, 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 deep, and amazing work that we're never going to get this again for the rest of our lives. Okay, 176 years for Neptune to go around the sun. It takes 30 years for Saturn to come back to Capricorn, okay? So they're not going to be in their home respective planets without being impacted by another sign. You see, so when Neptune enters the sign of Aries, it's not about this free and boundlessness. It's no longer going to be about, this spirituality, this oneness in our dreams and creativity that it is now. Okay, so this is once in a 7-generation kind of lifetime energy that we get, that you get. Okay, so this is not to be taken lightly, like this is just another month, another day, another year. No, this is a life-changing month. This is life-changing opportunities that will carry out for the rest of our lives if we're willing to do the shadow work. Okay, and the shadow work is coming here. Mercury now on the 13th is going to retrograde in the 11th house of community. Okay, vulnerable open communication to the community. Okay, relaxing, putting to rest, as Mars is retrograde as well. Mars rules Scorpio, and Pluto will come out of retrograde, and Pluto is the ruling planet. Pluto's in your first house, so this is saying transformational energy, transformational self, transformation coming into the community. Okay, and this transformation into the community comes from depth, emotional wisdom, okay, from vulnerable communication, from open communication, from not being too cold and closed off or too hot and fiery that we're blaming other people. Okay, we should be thanking them. Part of the challenge here that I urge every single person to do, and especially around the 13th with this Mercury retrograde, is to sit with self and to recall the most traumatic, painful experiences of our lives. I know, bear with me here. And to see the positive flowers that have blossomed out of the pain. The things that have gone wrong, the things that have happened to us, okay, that were negative. Can we look and see the positive? Can we see the silver linings in how they've put us on a good path? This is, I locked my keys in my car. It is a very light, very light surface kind of a thing. But, I locked my keys in my car. It's a bad day. But then it's just like, what if you would have gotten in the car crash on the way home? Can we look at that positivity? You know what I mean? So again, that's a very light thing, but can we look at the deeper parts of our lives, the deeper part of our psyche, the deeper part of our yearning of our soul, and where we feel that people have done us wrong? And can we turn and see how we have grown and blossomed and flowered out in just the most beautiful, beautiful, positive way? Okay, so I urge us to transmute, to transform this thinking from negativity into positivity. Or when we hear the words Mercury retrograde or retrograde, it's the end of the world, it's the most terrible thing that's going to ever happen, and what terrible things can happen to us during this time? Is my computer going to break? Is my car going to fall apart? Well, maintenance, staying on top of it, That's the lessons with those retrogrades. Are you maintaining your laptop? Are you maintaining your computer? Are you maintaining your car and changing the spark plugs and checking the tires before? You know what I mean? Are we maintaining ourselves? Are we maintaining our body before something physically happens to us? As our physical active planet of Mars is retrograde right now. Are we taking care of ourselves? Right? Are we maintaining our balance between ourselves and our lives, right? Sun up there in Libra. Okay? Now on the 16th, we're going to have a new moon in Libra. Again, bringing balance to our lives, emotional balance, and ego self up here in Libra, 10th house. Okay, this is a really cool new moon. All right, so new moon, new beginnings, potentially new careers or new work opportunities coming your way on the 16th. All right, Now on the 22nd, the sun is going to enter the sign of Scorpio and shining its light over here where Mercury is. Mercury is, the Promethean energy that has stolen the fire from the gods and given it here, given it to humanity, given it to the people. It's a foreshadow. Mercury is foreshadowing where the sun is headed, okay? Into the depths of the shadows, into these dark, scary places that we don't always go, where we're afraid to go. And we must go there, okay? This is the time where the veil between the upper world and the underworld is very thin. And us shining our light here and seeing that this isn't scary. This isn't something negative. This isn't something bad that has happened to us. This is something that's happened for us, okay? So the sun is going to shine its light here in Scorpio in the 11th house. And again, this is going to be not only just concerning our own shadow work, but our shadow work within the community and how we are showing up and doing this with and for community, okay? On the 25th, the sun and Mercury are going to conjunct together, okay? And create a septile to the south node here in the 12th house, and create a septile down here to Chiron in the 4th house, right where the moon's at on the 1st, okay? Then Chiron is equal septile to the south node. Okay, so we have a lot of septile energy going on here this month. Not only do we have Saturn, laws and physical reality, Neptune, dreams, imagination, creativity, wanting to manifest, Uranus, the breakthrough, Uranus, the breakthrough planet in the 5th house, making our personalities shine bright, and then bringing it back here and implementing a whole new lifestyle, a whole new way of living, okay, into our lives. It's going to be a life-changing experience. Okay, we have this beautiful shadow work that is adding healing, clearing, okay, letting go, releasing this karmic debt, releasing this karmic weight that's been built up for so long. This could be years of information, years of cobwebs, karmic cobwebs that we're clearing this month with all the shadow work, okay, and bringing healing to ourselves, to our home, to our family, to our relationships with those that we love. The vulnerable side of us that surrenders. We surrender, we let go, we allow, we accept, okay? We release. I release everything that's yours and give it back to you, and I take back everything that's mine. Some good cord cutting, okay? So that's on the 25th that happens. Then on the 27th, Venus here is going to enter the 10th house. And Mercury also going to retrograde backward into the 10th house on the 27th. Okay? This is extremely powerful as well, because all of this life-changing stuff is going on down here of you and your personality and your knowledge and your wisdom coming to light, coming to shine. And then you have, the sun was here in career. Now the sun's headed forward to the shadow, the community. Mercury and Venus, our planet of love, wants, desires, that of which we value. Mercury, our mental communication, our intuition, our insight, both moving into the 10th house, about career and public image. This is just furthering, there's a lot of good positive energy going on with work and how people view you. Further, with the North Node saying, march to the beat of your own drum, go down this path, go in this direction, follow your heart, follow your truth. Okay, by you following your heart, you following your truth, and being that goat that gets up the mountain and down the mountain and is playful about it. And people are like, how did you do that? You're like, I just got to do what I got to do. And this is about the works and services that you're providing to other people. Okay, so the works and services that you're providing for others, and you taking the initiative to move in this direction, again, Venus is going to add the value. Mercury is going to add the communication and insight. Okay, and the communication that you need to be seen as a valuable person in your work, in your job, in your career. Okay, so that's on the 27th, and we can really look forward to all of that. Finally, on the 31st, Sun's going to be here in Scorpio, and we're going to have the Moon down here in the 5th house of conjunct Aquarius. The Moon is an emotional need. Okay, Uranus is the rebellious planet that's saying break through, break free. Okay, an emotional need to break free, to break free, and it's about my personality. Okay, so the sun is highlighting here. There's depths to my soul. There's depths, and this is on Halloween too. So how cool is that, And on Halloween, of course, when we wear masks, we wear the archetype of ourselves. We dress up and we dress in these archetypes. We dress in our shadow side of ourselves. We allow our shadow side to come into light. Okay, that's the beauty of this full moon. All right, and it coming through in the sign of personality, in your creative self-expression to the world. This might be your best Halloween ever, okay? And it's bringing that and bringing an emotional release and clarity and a breakthrough, this eureka kind of sense of like, I can be me. I don't have to wear, the Halloween aside, I don't have to wear this mask to embody this archetype. That's something that is me. This is something that is me, that is deep rooted within myself, deep in my desires, deep within my subconscious, deep within, my personality that I find taboo, or something that I don't want to wear on my sleeve or show other people that often. And this is saying, look, my Capricorn friends, we have this freedom. We're changing, we're expanding and moving, and we have this freedom to embody that archetype and bring it into, because of course, again, this full moon is going to be septile to Saturn and septile to Neptune. So it's like you're embodying this and you're bringing this as part of who you are, and in your wisdom and your words and your communication from the depths of your own dreams and creativity. Okay? I mean, this is an incredible month, a very powerful month. And again, if we're not headstrong, if we're taking the time to relax, to go with the flow of the river, to go with the flow of the wind, and not trying to force or to push anything, because nothing is happening fast. And respectfully, nothing is happening slow. All is perfect, as long as I stay in my lane and surrender to the flow. All right, my friends, it's a beautiful month ahead. Reach out to me if you want any additional insight on this. My email is below if you'd like a personal reading from me. The seeds that are planted this month, the shadow work that starts this month, blossoms in November. Okay, couldn't be more excited about this, and transforming our minds, getting away from this negative thinking, negative outcomes before the real thing ever hits us, and then this is like, why do we waste all of our time worrying about this? So we get to put that part to rest. We get to put that part of ego, put that part of mind to rest, and just flourish and blossom. So, beautiful month ahead. I love you. I wish you enough. Have a beautiful month, and we'll see you tomorrow. Happy full moon today, too. It should be coming out right around the time I put this video out. So, happy full moon, my friends. We'll see you soon.